Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, just like people trying to decide on where to go on their cruise, looks like Tropical Storm Dorian just can't make up its mind. So 3 days ago, Tropical Storm Dorian was supposed to leave the San Juan area and start dissipating as it got closer and closer to the Florida coast. It was supposed to be projected, as you can see here, to hit around 75 miles an hour when it hits land. Now the projections are that it's building and it's building stronger. It's now turned into a class 4 tropical storm and it's heading to the coast. So it's now expected to hit the Space Coast or West Palm Beach area on Tuesday. It's projected to be between 150 and 120 mile an hour winds, and possibly some people are saying up to 140 mile an hour winds. So what we were originally saying that it was going to be just, a very windy storm basically is now turned into a very possibly dangerous storm, and everyone should be very well aware. Now, if you're heading to the Disney, Orlando area, Universal Studios, Kissimmee area, by the time the storm hits there on Wednesday, they're predicting it will be back down to around 75 miles an hour. So just a large storm. Still windy, still dangerous. Things can happen. Trees can blow over. But it's a far cry from 140 mile an hour winds, would be double that. So as well, more and more cruise ships have now taken much more greater steps to get out of the way, especially if they're coming up from the New York area or the Orlando area and they're heading in towards the path of the hurricane. Now keep in mind, the tropical storms move very, very slowly. They move at around 22 kilometers an hour. The average cruise ship can cruise at about 25 to 26 kilometers an hour, so they can outrun these storms really. So they avoid the worst of the weather at all times. But it is still going to be a little bit choppy seas out there if you're heading on vacation. But yeah, it's the beginning of hurricane season, and unfortunately, we'll probably get one or two much worse than this. But as I said, 3 days ago, they said a much less storm, and it's built up and built up over the last few days. Airlines are now giving waivers out if you're going to areas. Disney is on watch, hurricane watch, and may shut down if the storms are too severe. So all of our vacation plans for cruising, land vacations, and everything in Orlando and the Florida area are kind of up in the air as we're waiting to see what happens. So if you're worried about your cruise ship, check it out. I know somebody contacted me the other day and asked me about the Carnival Glory. So far, out of all the Carnival ships affected, the Carnival Glory is not even mentioned. So it seems to be it's okay in its path. Princess Cruises, like I said, there happened to be their itineraries were avoiding the area already. So things look good. They may have to, circumvent a little bit, but they are heading to the area that's not affected in the direct line of the tropical storm. So everybody out there in Florida, please be safe. If you're heading to a cruise, check your cruise line for itinerary changes, possible dates. Maybe the ship's going to leave port later, earlier. It might change its destinations. It's always best to check your cruise line because right now there's about 30 cruises that are affected right now. So that's an awful lot of things to try and list off here in a video because it's basically anybody sailing out of the Florida area, all the way, anybody going to Mexico, anybody going up into San Juan, anybody heading further north, oh no, further south, further north, but you'd be okay then, I think. So, well, I hope you like this update, and again, please stay safe out there. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.